Okay, here we are. We're back. Here's our piece. I've got a few platforms set up. One on this side, two or three on this side. This could go really bad. I have this big hump here and a pretty steep surface leading up to that. And so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm kind of going to get primitive here with this and, you know, just go for it. Kind of took a little care of that hump. But at least it set our next platform up nicely. Clean that up so we can take a strike flake from the opposite face when we're ready. Alright. Got our next platform here, right there. Nicely isolated. It's a little crunchy. You can kind of see it's a little crunchy right there. So there's kind of a cone. This could go bad, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about this. It's kind of funny. It's funny to me. Yeah. Anyways, that took a flake. It got rid of that crunchy stuff, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. But I'm not wigging out. It's not the end of the world yet. Keyword yet. It's funny because like being on camera, flint napping is just so much different than flint napping off camera. That might sound silly to some of you guys, but it is. It's way different. I mean, I'm sure those of you who film yourself know it's like everything goes right when you're not on camera, and then when you're on camera, everything goes wrong. I'm all hesitant to wail on this thing. And I'm so used to using antler that maybe I'll transition over to the antler. Or maybe not. There's a little flake, but I hit it so many times it kind of like scooped out. But again, the world hasn't ended yet. This antler's pretty big for this little piece of black butter, but okay, we're getting pretty thin on the tip here. This big stack I created, or this huge lump in the middle, I should have picked a different piece, because now all of a sudden I'm like doing a challenge piece. Turtle reduction. So I'm just brushing the edge right now. I'm losing a little bit of length, but I kind of have to, or else I'm going to have a curved piece. And I'm going to take a swing with the antler here. There we go. As you can see, took a nice flake off of the tip there. Might be able to now clean the other side with the antler. I don't know what it is. I think it's from swinging a copper bopper for so long, but the antler just feels, it just, I don't know. I mean, the hammerstones feel great. You know, I just get some camera shyness, some nerves here, but most of the time I feel like pretty confident in my hammerstone work. It's just all of a sudden I get on camera and I don't. So I like to clean the deltas up a little. Alright, let's take a make it or break it shot here. Make this let's get interesting with this. So this could step out on me or hinge, this particular platform, this particular strike here. But I'm going to hit it with the antler, and I'm braiding it fairly well. I'm taking off any of the high spots on there, scrunching them off. I feel like I did a pretty good job of that. And it's low, and it's going into this big hump here. So you can see the piece, it's low, and it's going into a big hump. And if I step it out right there, we're going to lose a lot of width. But the agate basins aren't super wide points, so I'm not exactly like, super worried about it or anything. But this also could cause a perverse fracture, so we'll see what happens. Well, that went too well, and we lost part of our edge. On the side, we didn't really want to lose our edge, and that had a lot to do with how I was supporting it in my hand. But that's okay. Like I just said, these agate basins are kind of narrow. So and they have a really nice lenticular cross section, and they're not like paper thin points. And I'd like to make this one a little bit thicker. Just for myself, I'd like to really focus on making a nice edge and a good cross section and a nice body. So that's my focus, and so I'm okay with leaving a little bit on here because I'm going to be doing a lot of sets of pressure, and I'll lose a little bit of thickness with some of that pressure. But for those of you who don't know, when you're thinning, in order to thin, you need to be driving flakes past the center. If you're not, you're just beveling. So keep that in mind when you're working on a piece, that if your flakes aren't going past the center, you're not really doing any good. Unless you're working on your edges, in which case, good on you. Alright. Some of you might be laughing seeing me use the copper or the the antler here, but I swear to God, I'm just so used to it. Took a nice little flake right here. Now I'm gonna first off clean that up, get rid of that cone, cover my tracks, so to speak. And now I gotta set up a platform so I can go across this side, and then I gotta set another platform up going across this side. So once I got that thinned out, then I'll be pretty set, and I just have this hump here, and then I can relax a little bit more. But right now I'm still in a stage where I could lose a lot more than I want to with this piece. In order to set this platform up, I might hit kind of. Yeah, that didn't do any good. Alright, but it set my platform up good. Alright, here's my platform right there. I'm going to hit it with a hammerstone. Pretty unconfident with this particular. Damn. I botched this. Oh! Hit it enough times, you're gonna get something. So, I didn't take off exactly what I wanted to, but I think there's still a way out here. Switch to a smaller hammerstone, something that's a little grippier. Usually I would just say, oh, I'll let this one be and I'll work on something else, but it's all the way up on the tip, and I just can't let this one be. It's gotta go. There we go. Made a little bit of difference there. Still have a few super chunky tip action going on, but let's see if I can get it. It's kind of tricky to support this piece right here. Another little baby flake. It's okay, the baby flakes are alright, because eventually we'll get a honker here. There we go. Finally.